In today's video, I'm going to talk about how 8-figure brands, including some of my own clients, are leveraging AI tools to scale their creative engines. Everybody's talking about AI here, AI there, but they don't actually use the right tools. So this is exactly what I'm going to cover in this video. Before we move forward in the video, I am Brando. If you are a new viewer, I work with 8-figure brands, 7-figure brands. We've been actually fortunate enough to work with over 100 brands in the last 6 to 7 years. This is just one of our own clients, just so you see the type of caliber of clients that we're typically used to working with. As you can see, $1 million in the last 30 days. Now that we got the proof out of the way and you know that I'm qualified to speak about the topic, let's get right into the video. With no fluff, let's get right into it. I'm going to talk about different strategies, okay? 3 primary strategies that we use. One by one, I'll explain, bring you through examples, show you a quick demo so you know all the tools that you should be using right now to generate creatives at mass scale once you're ready to, of course, scale your creative engine, right? Now, number 1, AI leverage number 1. Google VEO, call it whatever you want. 3, for B-roll generation. What we're going to do with this tool, I'm going to bring you through exactly what it is, how it works. I have a demo for you. What this tool does is absolutely insane. This is something brands, as I see here, are getting into right now, but definitely the most emerging strategy in 2025. And it's actually absolutely insane. You can generate any type of B-roll possible, but it's not like Sora, like we've seen with ChatGPT. I think Sora is not there yet. It's not very good. So what I'm going to do is talk about the old way of doing B-roll and generating B-roll, and then talk about the new way. So stick until with me, because I'm going to show you exactly like a demo, live demo with you. So the old way starts with partnering with creators. You go on Twitter, you go on Instagram, you partner with them, you find them, whatever. Then you actually generate B-rolls and show them exactly what you need from them. Then you wait 2 weeks, and then you receive the final video. In case you don't understand what this is, it's basically a document. This is at least how we do it. We still use this method even if it's the old way, because it's extremely effective. I'm not saying not to use this, but there's a better way, and that I'm going to show you in just a second. What I mean by B-roll examples is basically we have documents like this that are like 40 pages long, where we literally tell the creator, this is exactly what you need to generate, this is the scene, and it's very productive. So if you have a system, as I say over here, if you have an actual system, right, the old way is still very effective, but it's of course, I think within 6 months, 12 months, definitely a couple years, this entire game is just going to completely change into this new way. Right, let me explain what the new way is. I'll show you a live example in just a second, as I say here, but let me just bring you through the framework. What we start with is use ChatGPT to generate a prompt, an AI prompt for VO3. I'll show you what it looks like in just a second. Once again, we copy and paste the prompt to VO. We wait a couple minutes, not a couple weeks, just a couple minutes, and then we receive the B-rolls in our hands. And typically we receive, let's go over a live example. As I said, we receive, what we can generate is basically B-rolls that are up to 8 seconds, which is absolutely what we need. And so let me go through a live example right now so we can see it with our own eyes. We start everything with this prompt, okay? What this prompt looks like is I literally asked it, let me just zoom in a little bit. I need a Google VO3 prompt for a B-roll that I need, whatever. I'm looking to create, and then by the way, I created this in like 30 seconds, so you can do better. This is just a demo. I'm looking to create a B-roll for a woman in her 50s walking on the park. She then suddenly stops to touch her knee because she has knee pain. Make sure she is unhappy and frustrated about it. So this is the prompt that a Google VO3 prompt that ChatGPT gave me, okay? Now, a realistic, and in this case, it's cinematic. I left it cinematic. I don't actually want it cinematic because I want it to be more like raw and authentic, but I just left it cinematic because I wanted to see what a realistic cinematic B-roll, like what the VO3 could generate if I asked it to do something cinematic. So I basically copy and paste this into this tool called, you can type in labs.google. To sign up for VO3, you just have to go here, Google VO3, and then you can click on VO. It's basically deepmind.google, and then you click on try and flow. Right, and then you can sign up. You have to be in the US. However, you can use like a VPN if you're not in the US called NordVPN. I noticed that it only works with NordVPN, and then you can just sign up. It's not even that expensive. Okay, so let's go over the example here. Now, what I asked it over here, let me just go through the main framework. This is absolutely insane. I copied and pasted the framework here, and this is what it generated. This is perfect. And by the way, it's also doing, there's like a couple of versions that you can use here where basically, where is it here? Yeah, we basically can create multiple versions, right? We can have like there's a V2 fast model, a V2 quality model, and then there's a V3 highest quality, which is the one I used, which also experiments with audio. These other two, fast and quality, VO2 fast and quality, basically just don't allow sound, which is perfect for us. We don't really need sound. We just need B-rolls to be able to then create our own stories. But if we wanted to, and have an example, we can do so much more. Let me just show you further some other things that you can do just by showing you, where is it, over here, what we just so you know what I actually prompted ChatGPT. Now give me, I asked ChatGPT, right, now give me a detailed prompt for a woman showing foot pain, and as she is taking off her shoes and touching her very sore toe, have her say, "I swear I can't stand these anymore," in a frustrated way. So she basically, not she, ChatGPT gave me another prompt. I did the same exact thing, and I'll show you what it generated for me. Let me just scroll over here. So we actually, you can choose the versions, how many versions you want. I always recommend to do at least a couple because one isn't like always the best. But let's take a look at what happened.
I swear I can't stand these shoes anymore.
So this is so realistic. This is cinematic. Once again, I did not ask you to do raw, authentic. You can still do that, but I just wanted to see, like, with the footsteps, the sound, the scenery. It's perfect. It's like a movie. It's literally like a movie. Let's take a look at this other one. Right
I swear I can't stand these shoes anymore.
And plus the lip syncing it's like insane. Like, this is absolutely insane. So this is really, really interesting. Let's see if I requested something else just to go over some examples here. But let's see. Now I need a scene of a doctor saying this script. My stress went from a 9 to a 3 in just 14 days. Actually, I had to reduce the script because it's only 8 seconds. I'll show you maybe later how you can like extend the scenes. There's like let me just show you now. You can basically go here and click on add scenes, right? And then what you can do is that you can basically just, click on this, and then you have two options: extended, where you can basically extend what should happen next within the same scene, or you can actually use jump to, so it just jumps to another scene. So you can create your own movie with it. It's insane. So let me just go back over here to show you. This is the prompt that it gave me, right? So basically a cinematic, well-lit scene for a compassionate male or female psychiatrist, whatever, in her 40s and 60s, and this is basically the script. I copied and pasted. Once again, I had to reduce this because it was a bit too long for the 8 seconds, but I just gave her this, and this is what actually reproduced, just to show you an example. Let me go over here, show you, where is it, there it is. This is the video.
My stress went from a 9 to a 3 in just 14 days. That's what one of my patients told me after 2 weeks of using frequency-based sound therapy. My stress went from a...
So this is really realistic. Once again, there's sound here, but I always recommend for you just to not use the sound and just have them do stuff that, with B-roll stuff. So knee pain, back pain, anything that you need, it's over here. And so these are just some other samples that you can use. These are perfect for testing hooks, by the way. You can have a doctor just talk about this right in the hook, and then you don't necessarily need the doctor for the rest of the video, but this is just write a hook.
As a psychiatrist, I've worked with patients who've tried everything for GLUT: supplements, meditation, high-end therapy.
I think it's better than any other, like with AI avatars, any other tool, because it's so realistic. I wouldn't just use it for that yet, because I think it's like, if I want to do an AI avatar for like 1 minute, it would just take me too long, and so I would probably use another tool, but it's probably going to get there. And these are just some other examples. This is the one for knee pain. I think I already showed you. Yeah, I think I already showed you. But anyways, you get the point, right? So this is absolutely amazing. So let me just go back to my diagrams here. So the goal here, of course, is just imagine if you can create like a B-roll shot, everything with AI. So like a close-up of someone walking awkwardly in bulky sneakers, then a quick zoom of toes cramped in a traditional shoe, assuming we're selling like some sort of shoe here. Natural walking shot, feet landing flat and unnaturally, right? We're doing something. We're selling like a specific shoe that helps with like your back or your joint problems. And then the problem is the person rubbing sore feet after a long walk. Like all these things we can generate, and then of course we can create our own B-rolls, and so that's it. You get the point. Next thing, let's talk about leverage number 2. These are a bit more kind of like fundamental things. AI talking head avatars. I like to use, as I say here, since tools like Google VO3 don't really allow you to create more than 8-second scenes, and it's just a bit more complicated, I like to use Symphony Creative Studio, which is completely free. It's completely free, and let me just show you a teaser so you know what it's able to generate. And let's just show you over here, Symphony Creative Studio. So what you have to do is go on TikTok ads, and then on the left, in the toolbars, in the tool sections, once you are in your ads manager or your business manager, you just click on Symphony Creative Studio, and it's going to bring you to a place where you can choose your avatar. Then you can, of course, write your script, choose the avatar, write the script, make sure that it also has like specific like capital letters and punctuation. And if you don't know how to do that, you just literally ask ChatGPT and say, hey, I don't know what punctuation to use. I want this XYZ tone. Make sure that the script that you're sending me is optimized for an AI avatar so they know how to pronounce things. Because if you just write text with no pronunciation or punctuation, the AI is just going to be flat. So this is an example.
This is why Gen Z is ditching foundation. After I started working from home, I stopped wearing heavy makeup every day.
So you get the point. This is good enough. I think the consumer is not really the traditional consumer, the normal consumer, doesn't really notice these things. They just care about their own problems. And so, of course, it's just, if the AI sucks, then anybody kind of notices. But this is, I think, realistic enough. And I did this in like 30 seconds. I didn't even take the time. So there's actually better ways to do it if you take the time going after the script. So this is what we use. It's free. There's also other tools like Arc Ads or things that can also hold your product. In some cases we use it, but this is probably the one that we use the most. And then let me just go over here. So what we can do then is, of course, combine B-roll, either created by VO3, which I showed you at the beginning, or just by our own B-roll shots, and then we can basically mix the AI avatar and have B-roll 2, 3, and then again the AI avatar talking, and so you can create whatever you want. This is really, really fundamental. And I see other people just not use it. Next thing, and by the way, one thing that we actually use or really leverage AI avatars for is just like doing these types of ads. I forgot what they're called, where you put the AI avatar on top. So it's like, it looks something like this, where, by the way, this image is also generated by AI. I'm going to talk about images in just a second. But basically this, I forgot what it's called, like a layover kind of video, headshot. And so you basically have like a AI doctor speak on the bottom left, and then the B-roll shots going on. So there's like a double visual element. I like to do these ads very often. They work super, super well. Of course, if you crack the framework and the rest of the ad looks good. Moving forward, what I do want to talk about now is actually leveraging AI images. And I know that this is maybe a topic that everybody knows about, but they're not using it. So I'm going to show you some examples. Everything that you see here, this is from a company called Burga. We don't work with them. These are just some samples. And all I had was their phone cover, and I told them to create a scenery and a copy, right? Same thing with IM8. Just we created a photo shoot. And same thing with like Reformation, this brand, amazing brand. I basically went in like 10 seconds and I copied and pasted one of their ads. This was their original dress. And then I told them, replace it with this other dress, and shared like a blank picture a white and black picture, not white and black, just a normal picture of just another model wearing this dress, and then I told the AI just replace it, right? So you can do everything, and then of course you can include and put all these pieces together and actually have AI generated ads. So all of this ad is generated by AI. I believe the original version wasn't as good. So what we do is that we can actually get this image, put it into Canva, and once we are in Canva, let me just show you, maybe it's easier. Once we are in Canva, let's go here in Canva, we can actually, these are my thumbnails. We can actually, let's just say we're going after whatever. Let's just say a random thumbnail. We can click on like an image. Let's just say this is the image. Let me just find something better. Let's just say this is the image that we're uploading, right? Let me actually do a real life example because it's easier. So let's just assume that I go back over here, and this is, let me just do a screenshot. Let's just assume this is the image that ChatGPT gave us. So what I would do is go over here, put it on Canva. Let me just create a new frame. Boom, 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 boom. Over here, add new page, create a frame. Let me just open it up. And then what I can do, this is, of course, I'm just doing this in like 2 seconds. So, I mean, I want you to just to get the point. Then you can edit, and then you can click on, where is it? Grab text, right? And then you can just, it's going to basically just, see, you can now change the text from an image. And so all you have to do is click like grab. You get the point. It's basically, now you can basically grab and change things. I forgot how to do this. I don't actually do this myself. My editors do. But you get the point. You can use that feature. I think my own personal Canva is not upgraded, so it doesn't allow me. But you can actually just start moving text and changing the words, so it's easier to like edit ads. Once again, apologies, but I wasn't ready for this. I'm just kind of improvising. But this is how you can change things from ChatGPT. Use that tool over there. So this is amazing. All of this is generated by AI. So once again, everybody talks about AI, but I feel like they're not really leveraging it in the way that they should. And in fact, once you start scaling, and once your hit rate, your ad hit rate is solid, like 10%, 15%, and you can start doing more creative to scale further, then you have to be very creative. So just imagine you're scaling horizontally and vertically, and you have like multiple angles and a bunch of different ads. Do you believe that leveraging this AI stuff is going to help you or not? Of course it is, if you know how to, you have a good team that knows how to leverage all of this information. And then the thing that I love the most about everything that I spoke about in this video, if there's one key takeaway, is that start using B-rolls. Geo3, that software that I introduced at the beginning of the video is absolutely insane, right? Option number one, leverage point number one. This thing is absolutely crazy. It's going to change the game. So if you did not get into this, start now. If you don't have content for your B-rolls, Start generating them right now. There's literally no more excuses, guys. Guys and gals, there's no more excuses. If you don't have B-rolls, go there and generate yourself. If you need somebody that has knee pain or is waking up in the morning with neck pain, you can generate it. You can use all that content and then you can reproduce your own content. The most important thing is to know and understand the framework. Of course, if you don't know and understand what frameworks are working with angles or resonating with your ideal customer, then you can use this AI and the ads are just not going to work. I'm just sharing this information because this is really simplifying the way that we generate content. That is it for this video. I hope it was valuable. If you are a brand doing around $100,000 a month and you want to explore the opportunity to work with us, and by the way, we're starting to really expand into these AI things. So like generating content for our own clients is just really much faster and cheaper. So it's just a benefit for everyone. And so if you want to explore the opportunity to work with us and you want to hop on an audit completely free, you're going to hop on a call either with me or one of my team members. And then together we can explore the opportunity of getting you to whether it's 500K a month, 2 million a month, 5 million a month. We have experience working with 9, 8, and 7-figure brands. Okay, that is it for this video. See you on the call and definitely see you in the next video. Bye.